Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Russell Does Stuff, and my name is Russell, and I work 6 hours on Monday, 6 hours on Tuesday, and whatever I don't get done, I'll finish up on Wednesday. So I had a piece of equipment break, so I have to go to a town a few towns over to pick up a part. So I'm going to work a few hours on Wednesday. The reason I'm making this video is a few reasons. It's been about a month since I started this YouTube channel, and I just wanted to share with everybody my experiences and my thoughts. It's been interesting for sure. I've met a lot of neat people because of this channel, and the people who have subscribed, I really appreciate you guys, and everybody who hits the like button. It really means a lot to me. I have spent most of my life working hard, going from job into the truck to the job into the truck, eating lunch in the truck, grinding, you know. I go to bed at 8 o'clock. I get up at 5:30. I've done that over and over and over and over and over and over again for over 14 years. Why? Because I had to get a routine, okay? If you want to be successful in something, you figure out what's working, and then you just keep doing it over and over and over again until you master it, okay? A lot of the things I was doing, I had no idea that that's in some of the training manuals and stuff, our videos and CDs and stuff from these influencers. You know, get yourself a schedule, okay? And then do it over and over and over again. Here, wait. And that's how I develop my habits, is by doing something over and over and over again. I get good at it, and then I add more to it. When I started this YouTube channel, I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I wanted someone else to be in front of the camera, and I wanted to help them with their YouTube channel. And I would help with creativity and stuff, and you know, I was going to finance it and help someone else create something, you know. Well, I had been around a few people that I thought were the right persons to get involved in a YouTube channel with, and it turns out that those persons were not the right people, okay? I want to help people. That's the whole idea of being wealthy, is to give back to people and help people, okay? I've been trying to not force it on people, but if they ask me, I try to help them. You know, how did you become successful in this business or in that business? You know, can you help me? So I've spent a lot of time helping people over the last 25 some years, okay? It's funny that, I don't know if you guys experience the same thing or not, but nobody ever offers to help me. And that may be the case with you guys. No one ever offers to help you. I'm always being asked to help others, and I'm fine with that. You know, I told you in one of the videos I did, I cut a lot of those one-way streets out of my life. And now I have more time, okay? So a month ago, I started a YouTube channel. I was going to do it with a person named Brandon. He ended up stealing all my stuff and costing me a lot of headache and a lot of money. So I put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off For about 9 months, I put it off. And finally, I just got up off the couch and I said, I'm going to start the YouTube channel without him. Well, obviously without him because of what he did to me. I said, I'm going to do this alone and I'm going to do this by myself and we're going to see what happens. I made a selfie stick out of some cardboard and duct tape and stuff, okay? I had no idea what I was doing. I still have no idea what I'm doing, okay? I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to play music in the beginning, during, or after, okay? My computer skills are about this big, all right? I've learned how to video myself by turning the camera on and off. When I first started videoing myself, I had the camera turned the wrong way. So my videos, they had a box effect around them. And I thought that was how that was supposed to look. I had no idea that I was doing it wrong. So, you know, I had that old 1960s movie look other than, you know, it was in color. So I thought maybe I can share what I wanted to share with Brandon and others with you guys via YouTube, okay? And I went down to Best Buy and I bought a selfie stick. It's a little cheap thing, you know, for like 20 bucks. And I used that for a while, okay? Then I bought some microphones like these things. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. I went through 2 of these. So I was learning the different types of equipment you can use to make videos with. And I've settled on this BOYA microphone. I think I sound okay speaking through it. I've gotten no negative comments on the sound in a while. And then I purchased a tripod, which you can hold in front of you like the vloggers do, and then you can set it up and you know, if your dog doesn't run it over and stuff, you know, you're good to go. I did a video a couple weeks ago where my dog started playing and he ran the whole camera and tripod over and slammed everything into the ground and looked at me and was like, oh, this is fun, you know, and took off around the shop. I couldn't stop laughing, so I had to end the video. So, has this channel impacted anybody? The answer is yes. Maybe 3 or 4 days after my first video I uploaded, someone reached out to me, okay? They said they were inspired by my life and my stories and some of the things I was trying to teach everybody. And I've been in contact with him pretty much every day for the last 3 weeks. I've challenged him to do some things in his life. I didn't challenge him at first to start a YouTube channel, but after talking to him and seeing him in action, he's got talent. He's got a good speaking voice. He's got a good presence. He has knowledge to share with people. It's good on the ear to listen to. I'm a little nasally like Adam Carolla. He's more laid back, you know, the waves come in and the waves go out type personality, you know. I said, you need to start a YouTube channel. So he started a YouTube channel. Wayne, don't drag your hindquarters on the ground. Okay, you might hurt yourself. So he started his channel, and I'm proud of him. He's got some things in his life he's got some goals in his life he wants to try to achieve, and I'm working with him on those things, you know. So I'm happy to have this person in my life. I think it's amazing. You know, I don't have to worry about him stealing all my equipment because he lives a bunch of states over, you know, so he'd have to, you know, put quite the heist together. He would never do any of that stuff. It's just me being funny, but um, he's gonna be all right. You know, we've hatched out some things um, to get him back on path and get him back on track, and I'm super excited to see where his YouTube channel is gonna head to. I'm excited to see how he's going to turn his life around a little bit more business wise, and I'm excited to see that. You know, um, I can't run, you know, 100 miles, but I can run 50, and I think this guy can run maybe 75 miles if he wants to. What I mean by that is what we're capable of. You know, we got to realize what we're capable of, get good at what we're capable of, and then step out of our comfort zone and get uncomfortable with stuff we're not capable of. You know, I was uncomfortable when I started the YouTube channel. Okay. I had so much anxiety. I was, you know, I shaking like a leaf, you know. I told him, I said, leave all that stuff in there. We have to be authentic and we have to be real. Okay. I am not sitting in front of a jet in a Lamborghini. Okay. When I watch these influencers on YouTube, you get to see the party, the rah-rah stuff, you know. Getting to where those people got to is hard. It's a lot of work, you know. I don't know their routines and the path that they took to get to where they were at. Did they work 24 hours a day to try to achieve that? You know, there's some luck involved with becoming successful also. You know, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck, you know. So I try to just tell people, just you're seeing all the money, you're seeing the YouTuber that has just sold $15,000 worth of t-shirts and stuff. You know, I want them to show us what it took to get there. Okay. And once in a while, if you listen really good, well, they're reinvesting their money. And then, you know, it's like kind of like gambling. They're investing in these seminars and they hope that you'll buy tickets, and they investing in the books and the CDs and they're hoping you'll buy them. You know, if no one shows up, they can't pay their bills. You know, I've been around a lot of wealthy people, a lot of billionaires, and to run the electricity in some of these houses is near $10,000 a month in electricity. You know, 10 air conditioners some of these houses have. All the lights, the swimming pools, bowling alleys, you know, all this electricity's on 24 hours a day. Keep the sub-zero refrigerators cooling, and their man cave bars and stuff running, and you know, and if they're not selling seminars and CDs and stuff, they're hurting, you know. So that's why I didn't go out and buy a massive house, okay? Because if something happened to my leg, or I got sick, or the economy collapsed, it's a lot harder to be kicked out of a house you can pay the light bill on than, you know. And I've seen it. I've seen rich people lose everything. I've seen the husband upstairs standing next to the pool table on the phone with the attorney going, I've got no money coming in. And the wife's downstairs and she's getting the kids ready for school. And she doesn't know that they're broke, You know, I've witnessed this stuff. You know, I've counseled some of those people, you know. I'm not too worried about the electricity bill not getting paid here, you know. I'm not worried about getting kicked out of my house. All right. No one's coming to repossess another one of Russell Does Stuff's vehicles ever again. I've learned my lesson. I've had three repossessions in my entrepreneurship journey. Okay. I've lost a house in my entrepreneurship journey. I've closed down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 businesses because I failed. You know, back to the YouTube channel. I don't like to fail at anything, but I'm taking a chance by starting up the YouTube channel, and I've been doing this a month. I think I have 181 or 2 subscribers. I think 16,000 people have viewed my content. And I just want to say thank you to every single one of you. I don't know where this is going to go. I'd like to use myself as an example. You know, I'd like to see the channel become maybe a business to where it helps people out. I don't know. I think there's a lot more that I'm capable of doing, and some days I'm really inspired to get in front of the camera and try to reach out to you guys and try to let everybody know that everything's going to be all right. You know, if you just started a business, hang in there. You know, you're going to learn. You're going to learn something. Okay. It may not work out on the first business you start, you know. I think this is my 12th business, you know. I found a glimmer of light in this business that I started. And I did have to pivot, you know, from doing cleanups and some of the work that I first started doing when I got into this business. I haven't painted and done pressure washing jobs, and I haven't painted apartments and houses in over 10 or 11 years, you know. And I haven't done pressure washing in 3 or 4 years possibly, okay? The landscape jobs, I still do a few of them, but I'm not pursuing them like I was before I reduced my workload. When you pay your debt off and you have no debt and you own everything, you can retire if you want, you know. I didn't want to retire. I wanted to keep working. Okay. People are going to say, well, why do you like to work in, you know, 95-degree heat? Well, I get up and I get it done in the morning, and then I get home. I have a hard time sitting still. Okay. So this extra time that I've got, I'm trying to figure out, what am I capable of? Okay. And I don't want to wait for opportunities to come to me. I want to go out and make opportunities. That's why I started this YouTube channel. I want to create opportunities for Russell Does Stuff. Okay. So it's been a great month. I've learned an awful lot, and I'm going to continue to learn. Feedback in the comments have all been great. You know, one kind of off-color comment, I don't know if it was meant to be mean or what, but, you know, I took it as funny, you know. So let's grow together, okay? I'd love to hear about your situations and stuff. Are you starting a business? Are you planning on starting a business? You know, what kind of business are you looking into? You know, what are you trying to pay off your debt? Are you trying to buy a house? You know, I'm not getting a lot of that feedback, you know. And I understand. I watch YouTube videos and I don't comment on a lot of the videos I watch. You know, if I see something that's interesting, or I see maybe something being taught a little that's being taught wrong, I may chime in and and ask that person to give that another thought. You know, maybe they're not thinking about that correctly or not. You know, advertising. You know, are you guys advertising your businesses? You know, are you doing what I did? I invested in myself. Okay. When I started this business, I invested in myself. When I buy investments, I'm investing in myself. I want to hear about that, you know. But I understand that, like myself, I don't comment on a lot of videos. So I'm just kind of curious to see where a lot of my subscribers and viewers are at. Where are you at in your life? What are you doing? You know, what opportunities you got going on? You know, maybe I can learn something from you guys. You know, ask some questions, and maybe I've been down that road, and maybe I can help somebody out with a situation you're going through. Maybe I can give you guys some positive mental attitude. You know, I know it's working for one guy that reached out to me, you know, and I'm looking forward to hearing from him possibly later tonight, because I'm stoked about what he's doing. I am so interested in his business. I just think what he is doing is neat, because he created something out of nothing. He reminds me of me when I had nothing. I've been debt free a few times in my life. When I was a kid, I lived at home. When I lost everything, when I paid for that tent, I was debt free. When they repossessed my truck, I was debt free. All right. I'm debt free at a different level in my life now. Okay. So happy 1 month anniversary. And I just wanted to shout out thanks to all my subscribers and all the people who have hit the like button. And this is Russell with Russell Does Stuff. And this is Wayne. And we'll catch you on the next one.